You owe it to yourself to keep going, because giving up isn't just quitting. It's betraying every ounce of strength you fought so hard to build. I keep telling myself, every step forward matters. It doesn't have to be a giant leap or a perfect move. It just has to be a step. Because each step, no matter how small, is a declaration. It's me telling the world, telling my fears, telling my doubts that I'm still here, still fighting, still moving. I remember why I started this journey, the dreams, the hunger, the fire that pushed me out of bed when the world felt heavy. And I realize now, every tiny step I take honors that beginning. It's a victory, a mark of progress on a path where giving up would have been easier, but less meaningful. There's this voice inside the one that says, you're not moving fast enough, or you're falling behind. But I challenge that voice. I say, no. Progress isn't measured by speed. It's measured by persistence. Every step, no matter how small, is proof that I refuse to be defeated by doubt. That's real strength. That's real courage. I think about the times when I wanted to quit. The weight of failure pressed down so hard it nearly crushed me. Those moments where every fiber of my being screamed for rest, for surrender. But then I remember, I started for a reason. That reason is bigger than pain, bigger than setbacks, bigger than any excuse my mind tries to offer. And so, even when my legs feel like they won't carry me, even when my heart aches, I take the next step. This journey, I'm on, it's not a sprint. It's not about the finish line alone. It's about every step that gets me closer to the person I want to become. Every time I move forward, I'm honoring that journey. The sleepless nights, the sacrifices, the times I chose to keep going when quitting was tempting. I know the path isn't easy. It's littered with obstacles, moments of confusion, and the constant battle between fear and faith. But the thing about stepping forward is that it breaks the chains of stagnation. It shatters the illusions of helplessness. It says, I'm in control, I'm moving toward my destiny. I refuse to let doubts dictate my pace. Each step I take pushes those doubts back. It's like a war where the battlefield is my mind, and every forward movement is a victory flag planted deep into the soil of my resolve. I own those steps because they represent more than just movement. They represent growth, resilience, and unwavering belief. And when the road gets rough, when the progress feels invisible, I remind myself that every step forward, no matter how small, is a thread weaving a tapestry of triumph. I'm stitching together the story of my life with actions, not just words or wishes. I know that someday, when I look back, I won't remember the moments I stayed still. I'll remember the steps, the ones I took when no one was watching, the ones that seemed insignificant at the time but changed everything. I'll see the map of my journey marked by those steps, each one a testament to my fight, my refusal to give up, my commitment to rise so I keep moving. I don't wait for perfect conditions or the right motivation. I act, I move forward because I owe it to myself to honor my journey with every step. Because this is my story, and I will write it with action and courage. If you feel that fire too, if you're ready to own your journey step by step, then subscribe now and join a community that refuses to stop moving forward. Let's rise together, one step at a time, because every step forward honors the fight inside you and brings you closer to the greatness waiting on the other side. I look at the struggles weighing me down and I remind myself these aren't signals to give up. No, they are the loudest proof that I'm pushing past boundaries I once thought were unbreakable. Every pain, every setback, every moment where I wanted to throw in the towel is a signpost. not of failure, but of growth. The harder it gets, the clearer it becomes. I am growing beyond my limits. There's a brutal honesty in struggle. It strips away the false layers, the comfortable lies we tell ourselves. It forces me to confront who I am, who I want to be, and what I'm willing to endure to get there. That pain I feel, it's not weakness. It's not a stop sign. It's the fire refining me, burning away the parts that hold me back so the stronger version of me can emerge. I used to fear pain. I used to avoid struggle like it was the enemy. But now I know better. Struggle is the training ground of strength. It's the battlefield where warriors are forged. It tests every ounce of my willpower and pushes me to discover reservoirs of resilience I never knew existed. It challenges my limits and dares me to shatter them. When setbacks come, they don't break me, they teach me. Each failure, each disappointment is a lesson carved into my soul. I ask myself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this to come back stronger? Because I understand now that growth isn't linear. It's messy, it's painful, but it's real. And it's in those moments of discomfort where transformation happens. I refuse to let my struggles define me in a negative way. Instead, I own them. They are the proof that I'm in the arena, fighting a battle that matters. They show that I'm alive, that I'm willing to take the hits and keep moving forward. There's power in that acceptance, power in knowing that the pain I endure today is building the strength I'll wield tomorrow. I challenge the voice inside that whispers doubt, that tries to convince me this is too hard. I tell it, this is exactly where I'm supposed to be. Growth demands hardship. If it's easy, it's not growth. It's comfort disguised as progress. And comfort is the enemy of strength. It keeps me small, stagnant, and safe. But safety is the graveyard of dreams. So I embrace my struggles as my greatest allies. I let them remind me of what I'm made of. I let the pain fuel my determination. The setbacks sharpen my focus, and the challenges ignite a fire that no obstacle can extinguish. I know that every moment I survive, every battle I fight within myself, is proof of strength that can't be measured by trophies or applause. It's a quiet, relentless power that grows in the silence, in the sweat, in the tears. It's the strength that says, I am not done yet, I will rise. If you hear that voice inside, if you feel the fire of struggle transforming into strength, then don't stay silent. Subscribe now and be part of a community that understands the power of pain and the unstoppable strength it creates. Together, we rise beyond our limits, stronger with every battle we face. There's a quiet, brutal truth I have to face. The real defeat isn't out there, waiting in the world to knock me down. No, the real defeat happens the moment I betray myself, when I stop pushing, when I settle for less than what I know I'm capable of. I'm the one letting down the person I promised to become. That promise I made in the silence, in the fire of my own ambitions, that promise demands to be kept. No matter how hard the battle gets, I've faced countless obstacles, external battles that tried to break me, but none of those compare to the war inside, the one where my own doubts, fears, and excuses try to convince me to quit. It's easy to blame circumstances, to say it's too hard or I'll try tomorrow. But deep down, I know the harshest betrayal is giving up on myself. Every time I choose comfort over growth, every time I listen to that weak voice that says, enough, I'm breaking the promise I made to myself. And that's the real loss. I don't have the luxury to be gentle with myself here. This isn't about pity or sympathy. It's about truth. It's about looking in the mirror and challenging the version of me that wants to give up. I have to ask, am I willing to let that voice win? Am I ready to be the person who quits on their own dreams? The answer has to be no, because my promise is everything. It's the foundation of who I am becoming. And if I betray that, then I betray my own future. Keeping that promise means I have to push through discomfort. I have to refuse to quit when pain shows up. I have to fight for every inch of progress, even when it feels like the weight of the world is on my shoulders. It means grinding when I'm tired, standing up when I'm broken, and moving forward, even when the path is unclear. This is the battlefield where character is forged. I remind myself constantly, the person I'm becoming deserves the effort, the sacrifice, and the fight. They deserve to see me keep every promise I made in the darkest moments when nobody else was watching. That promise isn't just words, it's a commitment written in sweat, tears, and relentless determination. So I confront the lies I tell myself, the excuses that come easy. I call out the weakness, the fear, and the temptation to quit. Because self-betrayal is the real defeat, and I refuse to accept it. I choose to honor my promise, to be relentless in pursuit of the greatness I'm meant for. I stand firm in the knowledge that the only true failure is the failure to keep fighting. This battle is mine alone, and I will own it. I will keep the promise to myself, no matter how many times the road tries to knock me down. Because I am stronger than my doubts, bigger than my fears, and more powerful than any excuse. If you're listening, and you're ready to make that same promise to yourself, if you're ready to stop betraying your own potential, then join me. Subscribe and step into a community of warriors who refuse to quit, who keep their promises no matter what. This is our fight. This is our rise. There's a war raging inside me, one that doesn't show up on any battlefield or in any competition. This fight is quiet, relentless, and deeply personal. It's not against anyone else. It's not about proving something to the world. No, the true battle is with the voice inside me, one that whispers doubts, that begs me to quit, that convinces me to settle for less. That voice is my fiercest enemy, and how I face it will define every part of who I am. I hear it in the moments of weakness, when exhaustion creeps in, when the weight of struggle feels unbearable. That voice says, "Stop, this is too hard, you can't do this." It's sneaky and persistent, planting seeds of doubt just when I think I'm making progress. But I know something crucial: this voice isn't reality, it's fear. It's the part of me that wants to protect me by keeping me small, safe, and comfortable. But comfort isn't what I'm here for. Growth demands more. I cannot afford to let that voice win, because the fight within is what defines me far more than any external battle ever will. It's the relentless struggle against giving up that builds strength, courage, and character. Every time I silence that voice with action, with one more rep, one more step, one more refusal to quit, I prove to myself that I am stronger than the doubt. I am tougher than the fear, and I am in control of my own destiny. Relentless action is my weapon. It's the fire I fuel every day to drown out the noise inside my head. I move, I push, I fight even when I don't feel like it, even when the path is unclear. Because I know that silence is not just about quieting the voice, it's about replacing it with power. Every small victory over that inner voice adds up until it no longer has a place in my mind. It becomes background noise, a faint echo drowned out by the sound of my own determination. This battle is ongoing, and it demands everything I've got. But here's the truth I've learnt. The fight within is not a curse, it's a gift. It shows me where I'm weak so I can grow stronger. It challenges me to rise above what I thought was possible. It keeps me sharp, focused, and hungry for more. If I ever stop fighting this battle inside, I stop growing, I stop evolving, I stop becoming the person I promised myself I would be. So I face that voice every day with fierce defiance. I meet it head on with relentless action. And in doing so, I carve out my path to greatness. Step by step. If this resonates with you, you're ready to fight your own inner battle and silence that voice that wants to quit, then don't walk this path alone. Subscribe and join a community that's committed to relentless action, to rising above every doubt, and to defining themselves through the fight within. Together, we will keep pushing forward. Together, we will win the war inside. I catch myself thinking about giving up sometimes. The road feels long, the obstacles unrelenting, and the weight on my shoulders feels heavier than I thought I could carry. But then, there's this quiet voice inside, the part of me that remembers why I started this journey in the first place. It whispers a truth so powerful that it refuses to be ignored. Keep going, because your future self deserves it. I imagine that future version of Mitha, one who has pushed through every struggle, fought past every doubt, and refused to quit when quitting seemed easiest. That version isn't just a fantasy or a distant dream. It's a real possibility, a future I hold in my hands right now, shaped by every choice I make today. They're waiting on the other side of perseverance, watching and hoping that I don't give up before I get there. It's easy to forget that this version of myself is counting on me, that every moment I hesitate or falter, I'm leaving them hanging. But I refuse to let that happen. I owe it to that future me to keep moving, to keep fighting, even when the path isn't clear, even when it feels like progress is slow or invisible. Because greatness isn't a gift handed out lightly, it's earned in the quiet, unseen moments where most people stop trying. I'm starting to realize that the pain, the struggle, and the uncertainty are all just part of the process that's crafting me into someone stronger, wiser, and more capable than I ever thought possible. Each step forward, no matter how small, is an investment in the life I want to live. It's a promise kept to the future self who refuses to settle for anything less than greatness. So, I challenge myself to silence the voice of doubt and hesitation. I challenge myself to stop thinking about how hard it is and start focusing on what I'm building inside. This future self, this warrior who has endured and overcome, depends on me to fight through the hard days, to rise again after every fall, and to never lose sight of what's waiting ahead. Because if I don't keep going, who will? If I don't hold myself accountable, who else will carry this weight for me? The answer is no one. This journey is mine alone, and so is the victory. I'm not just doing this for today or for the fleeting moments of motivation. I'm doing it for the person I'm becoming, for the greatness waiting on the other side of perseverance, and I won't leave them hanging, not now, not ever. If you're feeling that same struggle, that same urge to quit, remember this. Your future self is counting on you, too. So don't stop. Keep pushing, keep fighting, keep going, because the best version of you is waiting on the other side of every challenge. If this message hits home, if you're ready to commit to that journey and honor your future self with relentless perseverance, hit subscribe. Join a community that won't let you quit when it gets tough. A community that's committed to growth, strength, and victory. Together, We'll keep moving forward, because the future we deserve is waiting, and it won't wait forever. If you're ready to stop doubting and start believing in the power within you, then don't wait any longer. Subscribe now and join a community that pushes through every struggle, fights every battle, and rises stronger every time. This is your moment. Own it, and let's rise together.